This is a Dragon Blazer production, and I am the little boogeyman.
All right.
This is the Boomer and Blaze Show. I am Boomer.
And I'm Blaze.
And here we are. Guess who's back? Back again. Shady's back. We all know
Blaze is back.
Blaze is back. Boomer's back. We're all back. And we got a whole lot of wrestling to talk about this week, along with our other, shit. Before we start that, how's your week been? How you doing, Blaze? Are you good over there? How's it going?
Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah, no, that's how I feel.
I've got my van back, so that's
Sweet.
plus.
That's good. You got some wheels back, so that's good. And we're here recording again, so that's good too, right? No,
yes, that's always good.
So before we start our usual rant of shit, we do have one death to address, and all deaths are sad, but let's not say this was unexpected because the man lived a full life. The passing of James Lavelle, who of course was the Apollo 13 commander.
Oh yeah,
this is who Tom Hanks played.
He was 97.
97 years old. Fun fact I didn't know looking him up, he was from Cleveland, Ohio.
Oh!
Yeah. And
OH.
And he's also the only astronaut to be on, and don't get mad to be someone if I get the number wrong, but he was on 4 or 5 different missions, not just Apollo 13. So he had the record for the most times.
He really likes being in space.
And Tom Hanks actually posted a nice tribute to him on the
Oh, that's cute. Well, that's lovely.
Which Apollo 13 is a great movie. And I'm sure James Lavelle is like, who's playing me? Tom fucking Hanks? Sweet.
Wait, that bitch from Big? No.
Right. Oh, shit. He went there. Ouch.
Sorry. I like Tom Hanks. I'm just teasing.
Now if they ever do a Boomer and Blaze movie, I don't want Tom Hanks to play me. He's too old now. But anyway, that's neither here or there, but our thoughts and prayers go out to the family. He lived a full life, and he got to see space, and he got Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks played him. Come on, that's great. So there you go. All right. Well, that's the sad for now, and let's move on. You know what time it is. And I know my co-host is going to love our first topic. We have a little anniversary here that we all knew so well. This one blew my mind, man. I guess I just didn't realize how long this has been on. Mind you, too, I like it, but I quit watching it at a certain point, so I need to go back and just start over and catch up. But we have an anniversary for It's Always Sunny.
Hey.
20 years.
Have you been watching the new season?
No, that's what I'm saying is I need to go back and catch up because at one point I quit watching, and I don't like to jump back into the show.
Oh, yeah.
I need to restart it. But I got to ask, to your knowledge, have you been watching this consistently? Did you watch it from the beginning? Have you been watching the show the whole 20 years that you know it?
I didn't. I don't. So you're asking if I watched it when it first came out?
Right. Did you watch it when it originally started airing?
No, I'm trying to remember what season it was. I want to say 4 or 5.
Okay, so you did come in later, like I did. I didn't start watching it when it first aired, but.
No, because I remember when I first found out about it, I was like, "Oh, Danny DeVito's not in the first season," and
which I didn't know either until I started, watching it. But this was actually a show I would have never even. I don't know if when it first came out, I remember it coming out and Danny DeVito was in it. I love Danny DeVito, but it just didn't. I just was kind of like, oh, okay, whatever. But you actually are the one when we started doing this podcast to bring it up all the time. You were actually the reason I started watching this. I didn't start watching this until praising it all the time. Yeah. So how about that?
So I'm pretty sure I started watching it because of Craig. I believe Craig told me about it. Told me the story about how this show was like part of a contest. So did you know that like
no,
this?
No, I did not.
So this show was originally a contest, and Rob McElhenry, however you say his name, and Charlie Day were friends, and they put in for this contest like FX was doing, or maybe it wasn't FX at the time.
No, it was. I remember this. Yeah, I don't remember the whole story, but I know what you're talking about. Yeah. They used to do this a lot. Have people submit their pitches for ideas of a show, and they pitched this show, and that's why the first season is so like. I mean, the show's never been highbrow or high. No, but the whole like I've mentioned this before, and like I said, I want to start back over and keep going, but. What drew me to it after you had directed me to it was I've always made the tie-in to Seinfeld. Now, like, it's not exactly like Seinfeld. Actually, it's well, from what I've seen, it's better. And I love Seinfeld. But it boils down to the same basic principle on both shows. Horrible fucking people. Like a lot of people don't get Seinfeld and were pissed off at the season finale when they all ended up getting locked up. And I'm like, they should have been locked up there. Fuck everybody from their past. They fucked over.
Spoilers!
Right, spoilers. So that
sorry, I've never seen all of Seinfeld.
Lives in this show, but it's a lot better done. But these are horrible fucking people. They're horrible, and it's hilarious.
Yo, no, they're terrible people. Dennis is possibly a serial killer or serial rapist. I mean, Dennis is horrible.
He comes off a little rapey. I do think that's a thing. Yeah.
The rest of them are dicks. Dennis is probably he's horrible. And it's funny. They just did an episode that was you've seen the first episode, like you've seen the beginning of the show. You've seen a lot of it.
At least the first 3 seasons. I was at least that far.
They revisited. So in the first season, I think it's episode 3. They have an episode called "Underage Drinking: A National Problem" or something like that.
Yeah.
Where Dennis and Dee get invited to prom by these 2 high school kids. And they just made a new episode where these kids are drinking at their bar. It's funny that they even mentioned, it's like, didn't we just deal with this problem? Because in the underage drinking one, they started letting the kids drink at their bar. They're like, well, it's better if we're watching them, right? Than them just getting alcohol from a homeless man on the street. So they let these kids drink in the bar, and the new episode, there's a bunch of kids are drinking in the bar, and they're like, how old are you? And they're like, fuck you, Grandpa. And then it turns out one of the kids is the couple that used them in that first episode, that early episode, to get with each other. Tammy and I forget what her name was, but they brought these 2 actors back that were the teenagers in the first that third episode. So they kind of brought it back with this. It was pretty funny.
And again, to me, and I know some shows do it. I don't know. I don't know what they classify this as. I don't know if this is considered a comedy or if this. I don't know what they consider this. But 20 years is a long, long time. And definitely congratulations.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I don't know what to call this show. It's not a sitcom, really.
Not really.
It's not a drama. Like, I don't even know what you classify it as.
I think it's just a comedy.
I guess it's a comedy, and for a comedy to be on for 20 years, that's
not only that, but
any show, period. But a comedy,
a comedy that was originally just a pitch from 2 people, like,
and to my knowledge,
and now Charlie Day is huge.
I was going to say none of these people were huge other than DeVito, right? Like, these other 3 were not.
Well,
at that time they were.
So Caitlin Olsen and why can't I think of Dennis Reynolds' name? They're both I think, actors, but they weren't like big actors.
They
Yeah.
weren't huge,
The other two weren't
I
actors at all. They were just the people that.
I kind of think Kate Winslet, yeah, she was in it a little, but yeah, no one was a huge star.
I think they were both like, you'd see them. They're one of those actors you see here and there, and like what episode. But then after the first season, they're like, okay, we like the show, we want to keep the show, but we need a little bit of star power. And they got Danny DeVito, who was up for holy crap, the stuff he does in the show.
I know.
And from my understanding, he loves doing this show.
Oh, that's what I read too. And
I think he'd be retired if it wasn't for this show.
I would say if anyone is on the fence about this show, but they love Danny DeVito, then you need to fucking watch his show. This might be Danny DeVito's best stuff, and I love Danny DeVito. He's done some great things.
I would say it is. I
was a huge Taxi fan, and he was that dick on there. But this show, this is Danny DeVito's best work.
Oh, I love it.
Other than Penguin, I got to give you love, Danny. Other than the Penguin, Batman Returns, this is your best work.
Matilda, I don't care. Danny DeVito is a star in everything he's in.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I agree. This was probably my favorite. Now, maybe it's because I'm very partial to the show. I love the show. But
yeah, DeVito will draw you in. That's all. I think a DeVito fan would love the show too because of DeVito. So,
funny thing is as much as I love Danny DeVito, he might be my least favorite character on the show.
Well, there you go.
Because I love all of them.
Yeah.
So. All right. We should probably move on. Otherwise, this is becoming an It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia podcast.
Right. Let's move on to happy/sad stuff. Right about a week after he passes, we celebrated Hulk Hogan's birthday this week. So, wrong picture, but that's okay. That's not the birthday one.
That looks fine.
But this is fine. This was actually taken. No, don't go there yet. You're going ahead. What are you doing?
Wait, where's the Hulk Hogan birthday one?
It's fine. It's okay. Just stay there. You still spoil the next one yet. You're okay. Just stay there. Happy birthday to Hulk. We'll move on to this one. That's fine. I'll just take Hulk out of the studio. I don't want you to move the next one yet because it's crazy. But anyway, this was taken outside of Hulk Hogan's funeral. And
I just want to say this is a cool picture. This looks like a perfectly Hulk Hogan one.
People that were there, several people, including Bam from Bam Measure or whatever his name is, and DDP also took a photo with this cloud outside of Hulk Hogan's funeral. So that's pretty cool, man. The Hulk's was even selling out heaven, brother. And if you want to send me hate mail because I said Hulk was in heaven, that would be at the WNBA@gmail.com. If you want to,
let me put that down.
Or if you just want to fucking tweet me. Yes, I said Hulk sold out heaven, brother. We're gonna keep, and it's cool, right? It's cool. No matter what, it's coincidence, whatever you want to call it. It's pretty cool because that cloud does look like Hulk Hogan.
Hulk Hogan's probably the reason why ICE invaded heaven.
Jesus.
So you've seen
him. He's back to being the heel, folks.
He's back. Have you seen the new episode of South Park?
No, not yet.
Oh, so that's what that was referencing. They invade heaven and arrest a bunch of dead Mexicans that are in heaven.
South Park.
So that was a reference to that. I wasn't fully being a heel, but that was.
I was listening to Eric Bischoff's show, and he was talking about being at the Celebration of Life. Vince McMahon was there. That shouldn't be a shock. I mean, it's Hulk Hogan's. But anyway, Nick, of course, went up to talk about his dad, and Eric said that he was holding it together pretty well, and he admits he's an emotional guy. He said Disney movies can make him cry. Like Eric Bischoff admits he's emotional. Said he held it together pretty well the whole time, and then Nick ended his, tribute to his dad, his speech, whatever you want to call it, with, "What you gonna do when Hulkamania is watching down on you?" And Eric said that made him ball. Obviously, Eric, he didn't rip his shirt off in pose, but that was his dad by saying that pretty cool little tagline. And so there you go. Hulk Hogan's been laid to rest. And I don't know if you got to see this. I kind of touched on this when this all happened, but Brooke Hogan actually ended up going on TMZ because, and I know how this goes. This is where I'll get hated again. You think I'm playing favorites to Hulk. I'm not. And I understand when people are celebrities, you got to deal with certain stuff. But she basically went on TMZ to say she wants to be left alone, and these people are coming after her because their golden ticket, which was her father, is now gone. So they feel the need to attack Brooke. She didn't go to the funeral because she didn't want to deal with the cameras in her face and the story.
Gotcha.
All that. So she it's a pretty good video. I'm like, oh, I see a little Hulk in there. She cut a fucking promo. And she also called out whoever's leaking this shit to the news media and said, "You need to lawyer up because I'm ready to go. I'm tired of this. I just want to live my life. I have kids. I have a husband. I don't want to be. I just want to live my life." So,
what you gonna do when Brooke Hogan runs wild over the courtrooms?
I don't want to make funny of it, but yeah, it was kind of like a wrestling promo. She fucking definitely cut a promo. Whoever is the one that thinks it's cool to go after Brooke, like she's not even in the will, so I don't know what they think they're going to accomplish. Brooke gets nothing. She didn't want anything because of this shit that's happening. So I don't even know what the purpose of attacking her or making her look like she hated her dad so much she didn't go to the funeral. Like, again, people, all I'm asking is give it a couple weeks and then you can go back to doing whatever. But let people grieve a little. Shit. Before we move on, don't change the graphic yet because I can't even believe this is a real thing. To lay down a little quick work, I don't want the bullshit corner to be 8 hours, but I'll lay out a little quick background. So a few weeks ago, the WNBA women were protesting about their pay.
Oh,
saying they're not paying them. Now, the only thing I'm going to say about it real quick, this has nothing to do with whether the athletes are female or male, but you play for a league that is not making any money. Therefore, you're not going to get paid by the NBA, like NBA players, because you work in a league that's not making money. And you can look this up. I'm not just saying this. You can look it up. It's facts. That's why you're getting paid what you get paid. So anyway, they came out on the one night shirts saying pay us and all this. So they've been very vocal. Like one of their players went on the screen and said something like, "You make $1,500 in 5 days. I make $1,500 in 7 days." What the hell does that have to do with anything? Yeah, we both have jobs. So anyway, they've got a little heat. So apparently there's been a recent pandemic at the WNBA games that I can't believe is a real thing.
I know what you're about to tell me.
Objects being thrown on the court during NBA games of various colors and sizes. We were chucking dildos at WNBA games. So I see this post about how they put up nets. And as you can see, A-Dog 00 YouTube, at A-Dog 00 YouTube, whoever you are my hero, because they point this, all NBA teams will now put these nets up. And his response is, it can slide right into one of the holes.
Oh my goodness. Look, I understand what you're saying.
But I love that comment. It can slide into the holes. It's fine.
I understand what you're saying. I do. You're and I'm pretty positive you're right. I haven't done the research myself, but yes, WNBA does not make as much as NBA. And I don't watch a lot of NBA unless the Cavs are going to the playoffs. Then I try to watch the Cavs. There's just so many games. And I'm more of a baseball fan, so I do try to. But I barely catch them, and they have way too many games.
It's the games. It's
exhausting.
It's so easy to watch,
And I watch a lot of other nerd shit, so it just takes too much time. But even though I don't watch NBA that much, I obviously do not watch the WNBA. But at the same time, I mean, maybe they shouldn't be asking for more. If they were thinking about it properly, there's a reason the NBA makes a lot more. They gather way more revenue. They make way more money because the NBA makes way more money. But at the same time, by all means, try to fight for your money. I'm fine with that too. I mean,
but I think it's the way that they.
But this is ridiculous. Okay.
I don't agree with the dildos being thrown. But I think you're right. They have a right to say they deserve more money. But I think it's the way they handled themselves, kind of outraging the fans they do have. I think they kind of brought it on themselves. But don't throw dildos, folks. Those
aren't fans. If you went to a WNBA game to throw dildos on the court, I know, but I'm just sorry. I saw this post already. This wasn't a surprise. I've already seen this post, and I've been kind of fuming over it. Like, these girls just want to play. I mean, yes, maybe they shouldn't be asking. That doesn't mean that they deserve more respect than the throw. Like this.
The dildo thing is not okay. I just thought the response was, they don't deserve this. They have every right to ask for it.
No.
Every right.
Yeah. Now, do they deserve it? No, maybe not. Because, I mean, just logic says if they don't make enough money to earn more money. I mean,
even if you don't look up the numbers, if you turn on a WNBA game, you can see it. You're not selling out the arenas. Now, I'm not saying you don't have good crowds, but you have a lot of empty seats. This is the point. Like, the league it's got to get bigger. Caitlin Clark has been a big.
You need to bring more asses to seats. before you're going to start getting more money.
By the way, I didn't know if you knew it, and I think it's next year, but we're actually getting our WNBA team back. I don't even know if you remember the Cleveland Rockers. They're one of the original WNBA.
Had no idea we had one, but that's good.
They're one of the actual original franchises, and they're going to bring them back. So,
I mean, I love my co-host, and I think he's a great co-host. I ain't paying his ass because guess what? This does not give me the revenue to pay his ass.
We do it for the love. And I'll use another example, and I'm not saying because it's guys, but the UFL it is now. Those guys aren't getting paid NFL money. They just want to play. And they're on TV, and they're fucking excited about it, and it could lead to other things. Let your league grow. And then when the league starts taking off, then you say, show me the money. Then you Jerry Maguire that shit. But you have every right to ask for it, but you have to have, like for me, I work at a restaurant. If the restaurant's not making money, I can't say I want more money. That's not the way that works. Like, I'm not going to get paid if they're not making more money. You know what I mean? But
yeah.
The point of the story is not to beat up on the WNBA. The point is don't throw that's not cool. You shouldn't throw, first of all, you shouldn't throw anything at any fucking sporting event. I don't like it at all. But don't throw something that can hurt somebody. We laugh because they're dildos, but that could really hurt somebody. Like,
some of those dildos are heavy.
Yeah, and some are flexible, some are hard and solid, like big, sharp.
I mean, cool. You might get black scuffs on the court, you know?
Kids that are listening, those things aren't cheap. Okay. So.
Yeah, right? That's those dildos probably cost more than your WNBA ticket. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm trying to fight for him, but dildos are expensive.
For your right to party.
No, that doesn't apply here.
Oh, sorry. Shout out though once again to A-Dog because that was a funny response because you could slide right on.
I mean, it's a funny response. Don't get me wrong. I just have issues with the whole practice.
Somebody could trip on one. Like it's just. And what if they happen to have their mouth? Oh wait, cut that. Just keep going. Just cut that. No. The mouth happens to be open and one flies. It could choke. Like it's bad.
I thought he meant holes in the net. Calm down.
Oh, my bad. Cut that.
Cut.
All right. Well, I almost forgot about this, but we have to discuss, even though we're not officially in the season yet. We got some preseason, baby. Football is back.
I didn't get to watch any of it, but
I didn't either. And I didn't break out the logo. We will be breaking out soon because this is just preseason, and I get a lot of hate. Listen, it's cool to see some of your draft picks out there, blah blah blah. But it's just preseason. Some guy at work was trying to give me crap because they lost, and I'm like, it doesn't matter.
Preseason.
It's preseason.
I will say. It's a mixed bag.
What you look for, and I know you're like me. If I do watch them, I'm looking for what the things we need to see. What does the defense look like? What does the O-line look like? And things like that. But I don't care about the score because it's just practice with another team. But at least it gives you a chance to kind of see where some of our issues may be.
And when our starters were in there, we were winning.
Yes. There again. Like it's, and that's what the coworker was trying to give me shit said. They got beat by the third or fourth string. I said, yeah, they were beating our third or fourth string. Nobody kept their starters in the whole game. It's preseason. Like,
I believe the Bengals played the first quarter or like two series. Both series for the offense looked amazing.
Yeah. I didn't get to see it. I think the starters played the whole first quarter because they addressed the fact of how the Bengals do struggle at the beginning of every year with Joe Burrow, which is true. Like we suck.
Yeah, this is the first time they started playing most of the starters in the preseason.
Starters out there, some more, but I don't know. I didn't get to see it. But we're back. We're a few weeks away. Actually, there's only 3 preseason games this year, right? They shortened the preseason.
Yeah, it's been 3 preseason games for the last, I think, 3 years. We'll have a week break. Because there'll be a week where there's no football, but that week is when we get the Buckeyes, and the Buckeyes have a huge first game against rank 1 Texas, and we're ranked 2.
This one game, like the loser of this one game, that could fuck their whole season in theory. Whoever loses that game could. I
don't know about that because I'm not being 1 or 2, depending on how bad the loss is. Being 1 or 2, I don't know if it will fuck. And it's better to do this at the early part of the season.
It's a huge way to open the season, that's for sure. Damn. Like in your face.
The way the voting works, if the Buckeyes were to lose this game, they could come back as long as they do well the rest of the season. The fact that it's early means it's a lot easier to come back. if it was later, that might derail a season. But I think with it being an early game, and it's if you lose to the number one team, you're expected to lose, right? If you're number two,
Right. Exactly.
So
it'll be interesting. It's gonna be a good first game. I'm not complaining, and at least as of now, that's one of my days off on my work schedule. So I might get
it's a night game too, so I will be able to watch it.
I have a very amazing boss, and he's like, you know what? You don't need to be here on Saturdays. Why do you need to be here Saturday? These guys. I don't care what they have, but okay, I'll take it. All right, let's move on. It's time for some WWE news. And I even remember to give you the graphics. See, I'm on my shit this week. And we're going to leave it right here for a second as we address two things. The first one is going to be that Karrion Kross and Scarlett are officially gone from WWE. And
that's not it.
Just go back to
these don't say what they are.
but when you put up the news graphic, I said just hold on there for a second. I got you. I'm producing you. It's fine. We're just going to stay on this while we talk about these two cuts or releases real quick.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
My bad. I'll start. Got it. So Karrion Kross and Scarlett have been released. I don't know if I'm totally convinced that this isn't a work.
Yeah, it seems weird.
But if you go back, you'll have to look this up on your own time, even you people listening, if you get a chance. And if you go back to some of these interviews that Karrion did over the last few months, he was very vocal about his feelings. And apparently it was not a shoot, like he was just, or it was a shoot. I mean, it wasn't work. He was doing these shoot interviews talking about how he wasn't happy. And now they're saying he had heat with Triple H, which is why Triple H blew it off when people were chanting, we want Karrion. And he said, yeah, I know you want Brock. You got Brock. You know, he just blew it off. So they're saying he got heat with Triple H. If that's the case, that would explain why you're gone, Karrion. I mean, I don't think they were looking at him right either. But if you got heat with Triple H, that's. But apparently they confiscated signs on Monday Night Raw that said we want Karrion.
Wow.
But again, I don't know if I'm totally convinced that this one is a legit cut. The other person who was let go that I was going to go into detail, but I want to wait until I have all the information. But Austin Theory has been let go.
I heard. And
as much as I would dog on Austin Theory, when something happens that I feel might be a little, I like to stand up for him. Austin was let go because apparently he is facing charges now. He's been accused of having something to do with Capitol riots a couple of years back.
Like January 6th?
No, a couple of years back. Not this year. Was it January 6th? Is that when it happened?
No, that was January. January 6th was like 2020 when Trump lost.
Yes, that Capitol riot, yes.
Yeah, that's kind of a... Yeah.
He's apparently being charged with having some involvement in that.
Oh, okay.
So I'm waiting for a little more news to come out about it, but basically my issue with this is, Mr. Nick Khan, you came out talking about Brock saying, innocent until proven guilty. You didn't... Now, I know it's two different things. Brock wasn't actually charged, but Brock wasn't let go. And even if Austin was charged, Austin's not guilty of anything yet. So I kind of feel what Nick Khan should have said was, if you're a big enough star, we don't give a fuck what happens, is what he should have said.
Well, what I would say is they did release Brock or whatever they did.
The news has come out that Brock was under contract the entire time. All they did was send him home. Brock's been getting paid millions of dollars to send him home. Brock was never released. And that has been confirmed.
I guess the argument there is Austin Theory isn't Brock.
Exactly, and that's why I'm upset about it. And I don't like Austin Theory. And I remember, I'm not saying it's right to storm the Capitol, but that's kind of just protesting about your country.
Well,
compared to you were offered someone you knew was being used as a sex toy, and you may not have took it, but you knew about it and just let it keep going on. Yeah, I have a real morale issue with this, and I'll keep bringing it up.
I mean,
if Brock would have rushed the Capitol, he'd still be there. It wouldn't matter. If it was Seth, he would still be there. So what you should have said in your conference was, if you're a big enough star, you can do whatever you want. No
one's going to say that.
Also, if you want, I find this a little interesting that in an interview, Triple H tried to say John Cena wanted Brock. Well, John rebutted in his interview and said, I'll say the same thing I've always said. I've never picked my opponents. They deal the cards, and I play them. So they were trying to fade the heat to each other about who brought Brock back. Like, Brock is allowed to be there. Brock's not accused of anything. Again, that's a moral issue, but I'm just saying Austin Theory got let go because he was Austin Theory and not a big enough star. That's my point. That's my rant.
I will say a couple things. One, I'm kind of, I almost think that this might have just been an excuse because I think we all knew that Austin Theory was more of a Vince guy, and things kind of changed a lot when Vince was, pushed out.
They weren't using him, but I think they should. I think it's bad timing. I think you should have released him before. Just to me, it looks bad publicly. Maybe I'm wrong.
I mean, that's a fair argument, but I would also like to point out, I don't want to get super political and argue too much, but there is an argument. I know you say it's just a protest, but this was also a protest where people were talking about, or were yelling to hang Mike Pence. This wasn't just a simple. It was a little more than a simple protest.
True.
I mean,
we don't actually know what he's accused of yet either. You know what I mean? Like
that's true. This is the first time I've heard about that part.
There were some things that happened there that weren't right. I agree with you. I guess at the end of the day, my point is I just feel like it was bad timing. It makes it look like, it depends on who you are if you come back or not.
To play both sides of the arguments, others would argue and I have different thoughts on that. I have thoughts on this too, but people would argue a lot of the protests with when there was riots and burning down buildings, that also takes it a little farther than just a protest.
Yes. People tend to forget, like, the right to protest is to protest peacefully. Like, if you just stand out somewhere with your signs and protest, that's okay. But once you start burning stuff or hurting people or doing any kind of physical violence,
or throwing feces on the walls, stuff like that.
I don't agree with anything like that. I believe in freedom of speech, but when you start doing stupid shit, then it's not okay. Or you attack people that are around, formally. Like, if you just want to peacefully protest, that's one thing. But the other stuff, I just want to enter a Capitol building or any other fucking building in Washington. That's just me. Like, I'm not down for that one.
I'm just saying that and I understand your argument, especially with Brock. I guess that I didn't know they were still paying him, but even if they're still paying him, they kept him off TV and everything because of his the situation that happened with them.
Yeah, and we haven't seen him again yet because so what they're saying, which makes sense, is they threw Brock out to see what would happen. That was the tester. People went nuts, but that was the return. So now it's what's going to happen the next time Brock shows up, whether they decide to bring him out on the Raw or whatever. Between now and him and Cena are going to fight next month. I knew they weren't going to do it at Clash in Paris. I just saw that coming. So it'll be interesting to see what happens next time Brock shows up. I think the cheer will be just as big, and that's fine. Brock didn't. So far, he didn't do anything. Again, that's an opinion there of mine on Brock. I'm not going to stop watching WWE, and if Brock wants to come back and whip John Cena's ass, I'll watch that shit. I mean, I'm just being honest. It's still a moral thing, though.
Yeah.
I can't say he's not allowed on TV. That's not my place to say. So it'll just be interesting to see if the next reaction is any different, because it also depends on what state they're in and what town they're in. Like, wrestling fans are so different everywhere.
That's true.
Like what happened to Hogan last time he made an appearance. Wrong place, wrong state. Bad, bad. Anyway, let's move on. Let's get off all this negative. Let's go to the next thing, which is the John Cena shirt, the John Cena Peacemaker crossover. That's pretty cool.
That is cool. And if I got a John Cena shirt, I think that would be the one I'd want.
If I bought one for the farewell, that would be the one I would want. That's pretty cool crossover, which that's out now, I think, or it's getting ready to come out. Peacemaker Season 2 is either
this month, I think.
Yeah. Then, man, I'll tell you what, I'm not even going to lie. I had to go back. I went to look this up, but they are re-releasing, actually. They have re-released John Cena's rap album. That's right, kids.
Okay.
If you missed out on The Time Is Now.
That's the thing.
To buy John Cena CD on WWE Shop. And I looked it up, and there is actually a couple songs that aren't bad on there, but I don't want us to get pulled off YouTube, so I didn't send you any audio. But he actually does have a couple of good songs on there.
Gotcha.
I think it was 20 years ago, 20th anniversary. I can't remember for sure. If you put that up, I got a graphic there for it. I think it says it's 20 years. Is that what it says?
I'm not sure. I just looked up the release date on Peacemaker Season 2. It's August 21st.
Oh, okay, gotcha. August, so it is this month. Okay.
Yes.
So we do get Peacemaker right around the corner. Like I said, if you missed out on your copy of You Can't See Me, you want to play Basic Thugonomics? No, Basic Thugonomics is one that I won't. Just joking. But anyway, those are two new John Cena items. I'm sure you didn't get to see Raw, which I did not.
No, I did not
either, but I did see what happened. And if you go to the graphic that's marked number 10 there, you'll see the promo for the poster. We officially have a fatal four-way for the world title at Clash of Paris. Seth Rollins defends against main event Jimmy Uso, LA Knight, and CM Punk.
Nice. This is just to continue the feud with CM Punk, and I'm cool with it. And I love the Starry Night thing.
Yeah, and you know what? That's WWE's poster too. I did nothing to that. I just added our logo. I did no effects. That's the official.
I know that we use the same program for our Photoshop, and I don't have a Starry Night option that I know of.
Neither do I. It now looks like that. That's definitely pretty sweet. Also,
I would
for Clash of Paris is Logan Paul versus John Cena. And I'm pretty sure, I'd have to go in the archives, but I'm pretty sure when we started talking about Cena's retirement tour, I said he would probably face Logan Paul eventually.
I think you have.
I'm pretty sure I said that, and that's going to happen in Clash of Paris. And then next month, I suck. I should have looked up what next month's pay-per-view is, but that's where Brock and Cena will fight is next month. I bet Cody will not be defending the title of Clash of Paris because he has to leave the film at some point. That's why I'm shocked he won the championship, because he's got to leave to film Street Fighter.
Oh, yeah.
I believe Roman's already gone for his little bit of time off to film the movie. So, yeah, Clash of Paris, August 31st in France. I think that's the only two matches announced so far as the four-way for the world title and Cena versus Logan. So, by the way, actually, we might get a world title match because they're teasing Drew and Cody, and I almost forgot this, but real quick, last week on SmackDown, when Drew attacked Cody, Cody was outside on the ground up against the announce table. Pardon me. And Drew took off and gave him a fucking Claymore on the ground like that through the side of the announce table. It was really badass. Like slid right on the ground like it was baseball sliding. Claymore going through the fucking announce table. Pretty cool. So we may get that match at Clash of Paris, so that might be next month. But all right, next is the big WWE news that we were both not sure how we felt about, and a lot of people aren't. WWE has signed a deal with ESPN. Now, before we talk about anything else, like pricing, accessibility, blah, 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 if people take everything out, all that out, think about this. And we're older, so to us, we get this. It's a huge deal that next year WrestleMania will be on fucking ESPN. Like, you're talking about a sport that you used to have to hide if you were a fan. You were talking about something they used to not call a sport. I remember the first time I saw WWE on ESPN, I'm like, holy shit. And now we're going to see WrestleMania on ESPN. That's huge for WWE. That's huge for WWE. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, their app's going to be $29.99. But there are a few catches. One is if you have a TV provider, whether it's Spectrum, YouTube TV, or whatever, and you get ESPN in your TV subscription, then you will be able to log into the app and will not be charged any extra to watch the pay-per-views. The first thing you and I said was, and folks, it's because of the show we do, we're like, if I can't watch the new ones right away, that's fine. What about our content? Where's our stuff going? Because it's leaving Peacock. And by the way, I don't know if you saw this, but Peacock just raised their prices, which I think is kind of shitty. As soon as WWE's gone, I probably won't keep Peacock. Like, you're like, okay, guys, your subscription's almost over, so we're going to rape you for every dime we can get before. Anyway, I shouldn't rant about Peacock. I'm sorry, we use them right now, but I thought it was kind of crappy to raise prices when you're losing content.
How much are they raising it?
Every plan, I think, is going up either $1 or $2.
Oh, okay. So it's
not a lot, but still
not a huge jump. Not $29.99 jump. Okay.
No, so let's talk about what we were worried about. I did find out, and it's been confirmed that the content is not part of the ESPN deal. The content's also not staying on Peacock. We were both hoping Netflix, and nothing's official, but I read something interesting because to you and I, the old content's very important because of what we do. And there are people like the old stuff, but going all the way back to the WWE network, it's always been the same. The old stuff doesn't get watched as much. So there's two very interesting contenders for the old content, and that's Google and YouTube. Because if either one of those happen, we won't be paying anything to do our podcast.
Are you sure? Because YouTube does have a YouTube premium service.
Yeah, but even now we use Peacock, but we can pretty much go on YouTube now and look up any of these pay-per-views and watch them. They just might be missing a thing here or there or whatever, but there's a chance. nothing's official, but it sounds like YouTube is very interested in having the content. And you know what? If it's one YouTube channel that I have to pay for or pay for premium YouTube, I think it'd still be cheaper than $30 for ESPN.
Yeah, I think instead of just buying ESPN, it may be better than to just update my service to cable.
Well, and I kind of mentioned that to you. Like, I have Spectrum now, and it's like, well, how much would it cost me to just upgrade to where I have ESPN instead of paying? Or, guess what, kids? I remember the old days. I can just wait, and if I really want to see a pay-per-view, I'll pay for 1 month and watch the pay-per-view and then drop it. And I'll do that every time I want to see the pay-per-view. That's it. All right, well, let me remove all these. Before we do have one more thing, but I have one more thing before we get to our normal feature. And you don't even know about this. And
we never did whatever that belt graphic was.
That was John Cena's album, but you were on the phone Googling something and you never put it up, so I just let it go.
Oh, my bad. You didn't tell me to switch to it. Sorry, I didn't know that was it.
So, before we get to our last thing, I have one more thing. Now, if you remember a few weeks ago, we introduced everybody to Mr. Mock Foley. Your alter ego, Mr. Mock Foley. Well, I did some research because I'm like, listen, we all know Mick Foley has 3 personas. There's three faces of Mick Foley, and I'm like, well, Mock Foley has to have 3 faces, right? So,
okay.
We all know that Mick Foley has the character Mankind. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce Mock Foley's version of that. There you go. There's the image. Mock Foley has Unkind.
Unkind. Oh, I love it.
Listen, I'm not trying to brag, but I did this all myself, folks. This is Unkind. Mock Foley, alter ego.
So I would like to do one little change to this. I think the happy face should be just like the regular yellow happy face with just a frown.
Well, it was
like just,
but I thought it kind of looked better because this is Mankind style. It was actually just yellow at first, but there you go. There is Unkind, the first face of Mock Foley.
I love it.
That's right. And stay tuned, kids, because he doesn't know about it, but we're going to see all the faces. I got some tricks in my sleeve.
Okay. I'm loving it. I'm already loving it.
But I tell you what, we'll try it the other way too. We'll post them both. It's fine. There you go. Unkind. That's your first face of Mock Foley. There you go.
This might become my profile pic.
Dude.
Or at least a modified version of it.
I shared this morning, yes, with our number one fan, Sean that we both know, because remember, he is the one where it actually originated, just because when I tried to send him that message, it auto-corrected it to Mock Foley. That's how this was all born.
Yeah.
So there you go. All right, well, we all know what time it is now. It's our favorite time of the week, right? It is time for the Chic Tweet of the Week.
Chic Tweet!
And this week, I get this reference a little bit for sure. I know what the Sheik is talking about here. This week's Sheik tweet is, nobody puts baby in a corner unless you want suplexed. Oh, you want to get suplexed, you dumb son of a bitch. It's obvious that the Sheik has hungry eyes and he's trying to have the time of his life. You know what I'm saying?
Hungry eyes.
Dirty death. Don't put baby in a corner. The Sheik will break your fucking neck, you jabroni. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I fucking love the fact that I have
love
so
me.
much fun going through these every week, and I get amazed that I keep finding ones that we haven't used.
Yeah.
That's not duplicate. I actually have a whole file. I put these all together. I have a Chic tweet file. So
that's awesome. Good.
Yeah,
good.
Yeah, because I try not to.
I have files with all my promo picks too.
Yeah, I keep them all together because I'm like, how would I know? Like some of them I recognize, but sometimes it's like, oh, no, but I know I've never done this.
I need your Unkind picture.
Oh, yes, I will make sure I send that to you. Absolutely. All right, well, we did it. We made it through our bullshit. It's about time for the main event, which this time we will be watching Fully Loaded in 1999. It's actually our second Fully Loaded. I kind of forgot we've already had one because this doesn't last long. There's one more, and that's it. There were only 3 Fully Loaded, so we got one more next year. And this pay-per-view will be gone, so there you go.
Yeah.
I don't remember this pay-per-view. Maybe I will once we start watching it. That doesn't happen very often, but
I've seen the first one like 3 times, but this one I don't know if I've ever seen.
Yeah, I don't either. We get a first blood match, and it's not against Kane. So maybe we'll see some blood. All right, well, let's do it. Let's watch Fully Loaded in 99. watching Fully Loaded 1999. Took place July 25th at the Marine Midland Arena in Buffalo, New York. So there you go with that.
What was the month? I'm sorry, I didn't catch the month.
My bad. It was July 25th, 1999.
Oh, July. Okay.
16,605 people in Buffalo, New York to watch Fully Loaded. We know we saw a really cool opening package. You're definitely in the height of the Mr. McMahon Stone Cold feud.
Yes, yes.
The famous clip of the bedpan shot that everybody's seen a million times. Before we even got to any action, here we go again. Stone Cold Steve Austin is going to be in a first blood match for his championship. The last time I remember him defending his title in a first blood match was against Kane. That was very fair.
Yeah, I know.
This time it's
ridiculous.
It's the Undertaker this time, so it's a little more level until Stone Cold gets busted open before we even start the pay-per-view. So we're just going to go ahead and start out that way. So then we kick off. We have Jerry Lawler and the King on Jim Ross and the King on commentary, and they show us a clip of how Edge won the Intercontinental title against Jeff Jarrett at a show where Edge wasn't even supposed to be the original opponent. And then we kick off the pay-per-view with a rematch. Edge defending his title against J-E-F-F-J-R-E Jeff Jarrett and Deborah. Edge came out first, and then Deborah came out. Next match.
Honestly, I barely recognized Deborah.
I don't remember anything else except for Deborah came out and had a lot less on than this. I was trying to keep count of how many times puppies was said, but I lost count. At least 10. we even got puppies chants in the audience. Before the match even started, Jarrett said, "No one's going to get to see these puppies because they're mine." But Deborah had on. First of all, when you are built like Deborah,
she was wearing something.
Kind of. When you're built like Deborah, I don't think you really need a lot of help to draw attention to yourself. But we're going to wear a very scantily clad bikini type outfit, I guess. It kind of just looked like bra and panties to me, but whatever. And a jacket with some tails on it. And just to make sure that none of us miss her, we're going to make sure that shit is bright neon green, just in case we can't see Deborah. And then I think there was a match, but I'm not sure. I was watching puppies playing.
Pretty distracted, eh?
Wasn't everybody?
A little bit.
There was a point where JR said something about no, that was King. One of them said something about the look on Deborah's face, and the other one said that's the first time you've ever looked at her face.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a commentary moment. But we had a good match. It was a good back and forth opening match. This is like the beginning of Edge starting to break out. We heard them on commentary talking about how there's a little trouble. There's a little trouble brewing in the Brood. We're having little problems at home with the Brood. So we go back and forth with a great match. Edge is looking good. Jarrett, boy's good in the ring. We get Gangrel's music hits. And I love the fact that it was Gangrel's music. He came out, and when he first came out, you could see him. They were doing the lights down, strobe, but you could clearly see it was Gangrel. JR had to sell that shit. I'm not sure. I think that might have been Gangrel's, but I'm not sure or not.
Yeah, it was kind of crazy. I mean, Edge came out, and I was like, "Oh, he's not part of the Brood anymore." No, he's got the "You think you know me" intro.
No, we still got a ways before that because. Well, we got Edge Christian, obviously, but he uses Rob Zombie music for a while before he even goes to You Think You Know Me. But,
will we get to see that, hear that on the cock, though?
I don't know. Probably not, because it was White Zombie music, so I'm guessing at that point it was Crew. They'll probably dub it. Anyway, so Gangrel comes out. They fight in the dark. We can't see what's happening. The lights come up. Gangrel's the one laid out on the floor. For some reason, they did an in-the-dark bloodbath, and none of us knew it happened until after the fact, and they showed the puddle on the ground. I don't know why would you release a bloodbath with lights out when we can't see it? And neither man was covered in blood, so I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Oh, he failed. Edge got him before
Gangrel.
Yeah. Edge stopped the bloodbath from happening.
There was a pretty cool spot after that. Didn't work, by the way. I think they thought that was going to do it, but the match kept going. And there was a spot where Edge went for a spear, and Jarrett just kind of sidestepped and fucking gave him some momentum, and he flew out of the ring. That was kind of cool. Just a little step aside. One of those Samoa Joe moves. Just
Yeah.
But we get towards the end, and Edge nails the spear, and then Deborah hops up on the apron and does this.
I mean, in fairness, it's very distracting. It's very distracting.
At the end of the day, yes, we're all fucking men, and we know. Like, what are you supposed to do? I would have walked over. What the fuck? Yeah, what are you gonna do? And she was doing it so, and then there's nothing on, and the puppies are just like, you know, it's too much.
They were just barking.
But we went to this back and forth sequence, and you got to help me remember how exactly it happened, because what happened was Deborah ends up getting knocked off the fucking apron by Edge, right?
Yeah.
Accidentally, that's what happened.
Whoopsies.
A whoopsies happened, and Edge fucking Edge nailed Deborah. And then Jarrett, that sneaky Jarrett, snuck up and got the win, and he got his Intercontinental title back. And then they cut to the back while Jarrett's celebrating, and we see Stone Cold getting bandaged up, and they said this might hold, or this will hold for a minute, or something to that effect. And he proceeds to the ring. Fucking Stone Cold stuns Jarrett, and then gets on the mic.
Yeah.
And Jarrett, he sold it good, but he didn't go down right with it, but he made up for it with the stunner. He went a little awkward in that stunner. It's like he didn't know how to fall.
Deborah was way better at going down.
I try not to overuse my buttons, but that was deserved. I had to get in that one. Yeah, so very entertaining opening match, and not only are you telling us the story with the Brood feud, but we also got the tie-in with what's going on with Stone Cold, and he said if he has to start with stitches in his head, then the Undertaker was going to start with him too.
Fair enough.
Find him. So I enjoyed this. Great way to open the match. The puppy shit. I can't believe. I know it happened before, but that's the first time I believe we got the puppies chant. And
I think so. Yeah, right.
I did save a picture of Deborah from this pay-per-view to use on the TikToks. It might get my video taken down. That happened once before. Last time it was Sable last time.
Yeah.
It was Sable last time they got it out. So we'll see what happens. But anyway, fun way to start off the pay-per-view. I'm going to give this... I'll give this 3.5 puppies.
I'm going to go with 3 premature blood chelation.
It's a premature bloodbath. That's what happened. It happened. Yeah. Okay, don't feel bad.
Yeah. Sometimes you just accidentally blow your blood.
Yeah, it happens sometimes. And in that case, it did. All right. Well, it was a good way to kick it off. Let's see what's next. Real quick before we talk about our next match, I kind of dropped the ball. I forgot to mention the 3 Sunday Night Heat or dark matches, as you could call. Val Venus is here. Val Venus beat Joey Abs in the dark match, and then we had the Godfather defeating Meat, who we still haven't seen. We haven't seen Meat yet, and Christian defeated Viscera. So those were our Sunday Night Heat pre-show matches. But here's our next match. It was a handicap match for the Tag Team Championships. It's the champs, the Hardy Boys, and their manager, Michael PSA's taking on Farouk and Bradshaw, the Acolytes. And I loved this match.
Yeah, this was a cool match.
Loved it. No disqualification, and it was just, if the Hardys weren't high-flying, the fucking Acolytes were killing people.
Just brutally attacking.
But right off the rip, let's be honest. Which one of these doesn't belong? I don't know why they felt it necessary to throw Michael in the match, but when your third partner is entering the ring with you and he has a cane that he needs to walk out with you, I don't know if that's a good sign. But I will give him his props because Michael took some hellacious shots.
Yeah.
But this was no disqualification, so I found it funny that the match didn't actually start until they all got into the ring, which I guess that's always the way it has to be. I mean, they started attacking each other right away. Before everybody got in the ring. But there's so many spots. I don't think I can remember them all. Because they use tables, chairs, and everything. Oh my, let's say.
My.
We say it every time now when we see an Acolyte match, but dude, these guys just.
The Acolytes were awesome, dude.
They're killing motherfuckers. When Farouk hit that spine buster on Matt Hardy, I thought the ring was going to break. Like, it's crazy, so crazy. We get later in the match, and there was a spot where the Hardy Boys went to do the thing where they sent Bradshaw into the corner. Matt was down on his hands and knees. Jeff ran and bounced off of Matt, and fucking JBL hit a clothesline from hell midair.
Every time he does that
It's
clothesline,
fucking amazing.
it is. Well, it looks like it's from hell.
And according to JR, it was from not just from hell; it's from the deepest depths of hell, the deep pit of hell. By the way,
Yeah.
Also randomly, and I don't know. Like, I know it wasn't. There was a point in the match where JR said, "Farouk sounds just like James Earl Jones," and do with that what you will. I don't know. I'm just saying that he randomly said that in the middle of the match. Total fun, total chaos. I have one little slight thing I noticed. There was a spot where Jeff Hardy took the cane and broke it over Bradshaw Farouk's head. I don't remember which. But then, like 2 minutes later, the cane was back in the ring and it wasn't broken. So they had a spare cane hiding somewhere. I'm not sure where.
Well, it's always good to have multiple canes.
Yeah, but I don't want to know where Michael had the other cane. I'm not sure. I don't want to know where he was keeping it. That's all I'm saying.
Understood.
And then there was this part where Matt Hardy and Bradshaw were fighting in the ring. Farouk was on the outside fighting the other two, but Jerry Lawler literally goes, "Hey, what happened to Farouk? I don't see him." Jerry was like, "Well, he's on the outside fighting. I don't know." But in the end, poor Michael PSAs is the one that got left in the ring by himself, and that wasn't good. And the Acolytes get their tag team championship back. Good second match so far. A solid pay-per-view, and we're only 2 matches in.
Yeah, I agree.
I love tag team wrestling anyway, and this was a train wreck in a good way with a lot of great athletes, even Michael's old ass, and I am going to give this 4 Hardy Boys. Even though there was only 2, but we're going to go 4 Hardy Boys.
I agree. I think I'm going to go with 4 as well with 4 clotheslines from hell.
The clothesline from hell is
always
somebody prove me wrong that there's a better clothesline than that. Even today,
I don't think there is.
I don't think there is.
I don't think
or after. I still think you can beat it.
Bradshaw has the best clothesline,
hands down. All right, well, let's see what's next. I saw a little tease. It looks like we're getting some more Austin for our next match. So let's check it out. All right, so before we talk about our next match, we better throw out this quick reminder. If you remember our last pay-per-view, Shane McMahon brought back the European Championship, and he was champ. So then we get here Midian's champ. So you're probably wondering, hey,
what happened?
How did Midian get the championship? I'll tell you how. He found it in Shane McMahon's duffel bag and made himself champion. So that's really what they did.
And Shane let it happen?
Yep, he's part of the corporate ministry. He's like, yeah, that's fine, whatever. Big shocker, Midian's only singles championship ever, even though he's the most intimidating and scary member of the corporate ministry.
Huh.
Luckily for us, he's defending his title against D'Lo Brown. But the belt still had to ring. And I don't know if you noticed this again, it's because I'm an older wrestling fan, but there was a lot of there were some bad spots. But luckily, D'Lo's good enough and the crowd loves him enough that he was able to just keep it going and cover up a couple of really bad spots.
You're saying Godwin's not a great wrestler? I mean, sorry, Midian.
Breaking news. Breaking news. It's the only reason he's still here. It's actually shocking that Henry didn't last because they were both friends with The Undertaker. They were both part of the Bone Street crew. So I'm shocked that Henry didn't last either. But anyway, we made it through this, and in the end, D'Lo got the title where it should be. So I would think, I bet most people, if they remember the European Championship, Davey Boy is probably the first person they think of. But I believe D'Lo had it the most times and probably had the longest reign if you put it all together.
The very European D'Lo Brown.
Very European D'Lo Brown, who goes all over the country. Really? How about the very European fucking pig farmer? I mean, do we really?
Well, he just took it.
Midian, yeah.
He just took it.
I should have looked it up because it makes me wonder if this is the same timeline where in WCW they did something similar where one time Hacksaw Jim Duggan has a character where he was a janitor. They still called him Hacksaw Jim Duggan, but he walked around in a fucking like coverall uniform and was a janitor. He found the TV title in the trash and made himself the TV champ.
I remember the TV title.
Because Scott Hall threw the TV title away and said it was useless, and then Hacksaw found it in the trash and made himself champ. So,
was this in WCW?
Yeah. So the lesson here is, kids, is if you find the title, you can just make yourself champ. You don't have to win a match.
Not gonna lie, I'm really excited to get to more WCW pay-per-views.
Me too. And we actually will, because next week, well, not next week, but the week after, we will be back on anyway. Yeah, we're going to get into some good stuff eventually. So this one, unfortunately, not as good as the other two, but the crowd being so into it kind of saved it a little bit, and it's not all D'Lo's fault, obviously. But yeah, I'm only going to go 2, as in 2-time European champion for D'Lo.
Yeah, I was debating between 2 and 2.5. I'm going to go with 2 Sky Highs.
Sky. Do you know? This is a very random thought, but you brought that song up once during one of our podcasts. And
we did. I did. Did you say you didn't know it?
So I used it on a TikTok, and right before we came back, when I was going through all my old TikToks, that's one of them where the music got taken down. So apparently, TikTok must not have the rights to that song anymore. It got removed. I did use it once, but it got removed.
Oh wow!
Yeah. So there you go. All right. Well, we made it through the European Championship match. Let's see what's next.
I feel like I brought it up because of D'Lo as well.
I think you did. I think it was because of that maneuver, and then I actually used it, but it's gone. TikTok removed it. So
understood.
No more Sky High. Sky High.
That song went Sky High. All right.
All right. Let's move on. What does everybody want?
Head.
Our next match. Man, we're getting lucky with these. I love that we're like right in the middle of hard. We're not even at the peak of the hardcore title yet. We're still kind of in the early stages. But these are fun. This right here is another example. By the way, let me just say, Al Snow's the champ. Boss Man's a challenger. This is where WWF messed up WWE when they brought back the 24/7 title. It should have just been the fucking hardcore title. We got another great hardcore match, which again, with the simple thing you talked about the last time we watched one, they didn't need death-defying shit. They just used what they had. They just used what was around them, and it was fucking great. This was so much fun, such a great match. But you noticed right away when the match started, Al had to fight this match because Head was injured. Head had a spike in its head. And the first thing that dastardly boss man does is he comes out and takes his nightstick and pounds the spike farther into Head. I don't know if you want a spike to your head. That's not...
You don't?
No, I don't think so. That hurts.
It worked for... what's his name? Gage? So if you don't know, I can't remember his first name, but one of the earliest forms of experimenting with the brain was a man he was a railroad worker, and he had a spike go through his head, and it changed his personality.
Oh, I sure did.
Have you heard about this?
No, but I'm sure it changed his personality.
So
if you hear anything, I love it when my computer sounds like the more you know thing when I get notifications.
I know, I keep hearing it.
You keep hearing it, don't you? The more you know. I'm sorry, I apologize. Busy man, it's all our contacts.
So so it was Phineas Gage.
Like Phineas Godwin.
Like Phineas Godwin, exactly. This was in 1848. It was a railroad accident where a spike, like a railroad spike, goes through his head, and this is what starts us experimenting on the brain and realizing that our personality can be affected by like damage to the brain. And he was like a really nice, easygoing guy before the injury, and then after the injury, his personality completely changed. He was aggressive, mean, cruel. Like he was an angry person, which that could just be, I just had a spike through my damn head. But they said his personality was like a totally different person.
It would make sense because depending on what it damaged, like people don't realize, like we all have all those traits up there, right? You have the nice, the evil, and the both. So depending on where he was damaged and what it affected, absolutely, it could have made him a whole other. Could have been a Jekyll and Hyde type thing. But so
Yeah, he survived it, but yeah, and it was like a breakthrough with brain tech, experimentation and stuff.
This was a blast. They went backstage to fight. One of my favorite spots backstage was Al Snow just simply picking up that pot of coffee and throwing it on him like the old AA meeting pot. Because it doesn't matter if it's hot. When you see it happen, you're visualizing that that's fucking scalding hot coffee, and that's painful.
Yeah, it
Look
was
at a spike through the head. Don't throw hot coffee on me. That's Ooh.
That was rough. I kind of had a tear in my eye. That is a waste of perfectly good coffee.
It is a waste of perfectly good coffee that could have went in your Boomer and Blaze Show coffee cup or your Chucky cup. Then there was a spot where I'm pretty sure I think it just didn't work for some reason. Al Snow was up like against one of the garage doors in the back, and then Boss Man jumped on that golf cart, and I was going to run into him obviously, and he couldn't get it to start. He tried like 3 or 4 times, and he couldn't get it to move. Well, it was on, but he couldn't get it to move. Apparently, Boss Man didn't get coached on how to move the golf cart. I think the spot was supposed to happen. But
Yeah.
it was not, because he couldn't get it started. Fighting in the back, though, in this match wasn't enough. We had to go outside, and Al Snow fucking bulldog Boss Man on the sidewalk. I don't think I've ever seen a sidewalk bulldog before. Wasn't enough.
I've seen a bulldog on the sidewalk, but not in the context you're bringing up.
Right, this kind of bulldog on the sidewalk.
Yeah.
Brick. Al Snow got hit with a brick.
Oh,
Still didn't in the match. They fought in the street. They almost got hit by a car. I wonder if that was like legit or if that was part of the.
I don't know.
I'm just like, look at that guy's face. I don't know if that was in the script. I think they forgot to block the road off. Like,
that's so dangerous to do.
Yeah.
What if that guy was psycho and just decided to just hit him?
More than likely, it was probably planned, but they sure played it off like if it was planned, that guy sold great. Well, I don't know who he was, but if that was planned, you did a great job.
It had to be planned. I mean,
yeah,
I just can't imagine.
There's no way they would just go in the street, not blocked off, and take a chance and hope they can have a match.
Well, not only that, but you could possibly damage their car.
Right.
Even if it's not about hurting the wrestlers.
I'm about a wrestler dying. He's like, yeah, and you might hurt their car.
Well, no, that too. I mean, safety of the wrestlers, but I mean, like,
good shit.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck the wrestlers. What about my car?
You could get sued for damaging their car or something.
I just got my van back. Fuck. Nowhere damaged. Yeah, so they fight in the street, and then they get to the other side, and there's this like fence and a gate. Looks like it's blocking up railroad tracks, is what it looked like to me. And Boss Man handcuffs Al Snow to it, beats the piss out of him with his nightstick, and somehow gets a pin, even though Al Snow is not laying down. But I'm not going to complain about that one little detail. I didn't know you could win a match if someone's setting up and you put your foot on them, but whatever. Yeah, and he won. We have a new hardcore champion with Boss Man. That was my only gripe. The pin was a little weird. Like, you should have just made it like the ref called the match instead of him counting a pin when Al Snow was setting up. Like his shoulder, it's not like his shoulders were down. But other than that, fucking great match. Lots of fun.
It was good. It was a good match. I liked it.
Yeah. I'm really excited. We're not there yet, but I'm really excited because pretty soon we're going to get to where they changed the hardcore title to where it's always on the line 24/7. And that's when we're going to start seeing like 77 title changes or them randomly fighting in like a children's playground or something. Yeah, that's going to be good shit. But fun match.
Then eventually R-Truth wins it 200 times.
Yeah, but that was the 24/7 title, and they didn't do it right. But anyway, another great match, another fun match. I don't care if it took place in the Tokyo Dome, and I don't care who's in this. I'm giving this 4.5 head. Yeah, I went 4.5. I don't even care. It was great. It was fun. They were all over the place. Good match.
I'm giving it 4. Can we have a moment of silence for the coffee that we lost?
It was a shame. That is another complaint I should have is they wasted that coffee.
It was rough. It hurt.
Not only did they waste it by throwing it, but I'm assuming it wasn't actually hot. So not only did you intentionally brew it and then let it get fucking cold on purpose, like it was nothing. Not cool.
Yeah, they were like, I need you to brew this morning so it's nice and cold
so
for tonight.
Bastards. Rest in peace, coffee. We'll miss you.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see what has to follow that. Let's see what's next. All right, so here we go with our next match, which is actually a rematch from King of the Ring. Then we also got a little video package where it showed Kane pulled some trickery, acting like he wanted to be back with Undertaker, and then nope, I love me some X-Pac. No more Taker. I want to be X-Pac's partner. He's my bestie.
Yeah, this got kind of confusing because I was like, did Kane go heel? Did Undertaker go face? But then Undertaker essentially gets caught to attacking X-Pac, so I guess Kane is the face. I didn't realize Big Show was a face or a heel again.
Me neither. And then we got Hardcore Holly in there, and I'm like, why is he the ref? Like, I get it. He's a badass.
He's the big shot.
Yeah, he's a big shot. The big shot. Hardcore Holly. I will say, really impressive spot to me was when Big Show gorilla pressed Kane over his head and just fucking chucked him like he was nothing. Like, just threw him like a fucking football 80 yards outside. That was pretty cool.
Big Show is a large man.
Yeah, and he's real large here. Like, he was never small, but in his early career, he was like just a massive. It takes a lot to make Kane look small.
Yeah.
Like, you know, and but other than that, it wasn't a horrible match. It was just kind of, compared to everything else we've seen tonight, the match itself was just kind of all right. You know, it's two bigger guys.
Mean, they all can't be amazing.
They can't all be bangers. But this match was a device. We saw that when it ended. This match was a device. Hardcore Holly did nothing but be a ref the whole match. He was just being a normal, I'm in charge kind of ref.
Sure, normal.
Then at the very end, I'm not sure what quite happened, but he somehow ended up clipping Kane's knee.
Clipping? No, he tripped. Yes. He accidentally tripped into Kane. Tripped. It was complete accident. Obviously, he has integrity. He didn't mean to do that.
Oh, okay. Well, did the trip cause some kind of spasm? Because that 3 count was a little quick, too. It was a little fast.
I think you're just... The world is just slow to you, apparently. That's a normal 3 count. It's because he's tripped and hit your head. You just didn't notice.
Not a normal count.
Sure it was.
Oh, geez.
That's exactly how they teach you in referee school.
Yeah, it is. So we see this happen, and the two start beating down on Kane. And, you know, when you have two of the one of the biggest people in the company and one of the toughest badasses in the company beating down Kane, there's only one person that can save you. You know who it is.
X-Pac.
X-Pac to save the day. That turned into him kicking Bob Holly and The Undertaker come out, and they just laid out every fucking body.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you were sitting there thinking the same thing I was. By the way, to this point, I still don't remember this pay-per-view. I imagine I saw it when it aired, but I don't remember this pay-per-view. We're watching this beatdown, and aren't you sitting there like me, like, where the fuck's Stone Cold? I think the whole arena was expecting.
Stone Cold waited.
He did wait, but at that moment, though, I think everybody was expecting him to come out to the ring, and he didn't. And they start cutting away, and they cut to the back, and Stone Cold found Taker, ran his head into one of the pillars in the back, one of the nice concrete pillars, and we saw some blood. So now, both men in the first blood match have wounds, pre-wounds before the match starts.
I can come up with a couple different scenarios that makes sense. One, Stone Cold doesn't give a crap about saving them. So he waited, and not only that, but he waited till he was outside the ring because there was bigger opportunity to make sure he made Undertaker bleed, because that was definitely his biggest goal.
Yeah, to me, story-wise, it made sense that he didn't come out to the ring. Absolutely. Because he caught Undertaker as soon as Undertaker went back through the back. So you're right, it makes total sense. Whereas if he would have chose to go out there, Undertaker may have gotten away.
He might have needed a weapon out there. Not only that, but there was 2 other people that were would have been out there with Undertaker. Yeah. So ambushing him while he's alone makes way more sense.
Yeah.
For Stone Cold's goal.
Stone Cold don't give a fuck about anybody in that ring, whether it's X-Pac or whoever. He doesn't care about anyone out there. He's got one thing in mind, and that's the Undertaker. So yeah, definitely a nice end to it. And obviously, I guess I don't know if Hardcore Holly is now part of the ministry. I don't even know what Big Show is. Is he part of?
Is the ministry even still around?
Are they even a thing now? Like, I don't know.
I'm not. So far, there hasn't been any like ministry music. There hasn't been any ministry. Like, I think we'll get a bigger idea at the end.
I think
when he faces Stone Cold.
I don't even think they announced the Acolytes as part of the ministry.
They didn't. They didn't really make any. Or Midian.
Yeah, there was no special, like, so the ministry may not be or they're at the very end of it, or now it's just covert. I don't know. There's so many factions and changes.
I mean, before every time a ministry member came out, more of them came out with the ministry. Yeah. So I don't know if they broke up or what's going on.
I'm assuming too after this match, even at this point, the Union's dead already too. Remember, Big Show was in that faction with Foley and everybody. The Union. That's
we assumed the Union was over last show.
It probably was. It didn't last that long, but so not a bad segment. This was a good segment. It still ties into everything. Everything can't be bangers. There's no complaints about this match. It just wasn't as good as some of the other ones we've seen. So I'll be fair. I'll just give this. We give this 2.5 choke slams. That's good.
I'm gonna go with 2.5. Falling in love with Kane. He was just falling. He was falling for him. He was falling for him. Hardcore Holly just fell for him.
Yeah, he fell for him, all right.
It was a trust fall, and Kane failed.
Looked like a football clip to me. And I have a feeling like
that's illegal in football.
It is. I've been doing good and haven't been peeking, but I just saw what's next, and I don't even know what we're about to watch, but it could be a candidate for us match before we've even seen it. So
I know it looks like it's a very short match, so
it does look like it's a short match, and it's a fucking whatever an Iron Circle match is. That's what we're about to watch.
All right, well, let's check it out.
Let's do it. So our next match is this Iron Circle match. And I shit you not, I don't remember this. And as soon as I saw what they were doing, so we have all these cars in a circle. That's what your Iron Circle is. And they had to fight until someone couldn't keep going or whatever the hell they said. As soon as I saw the way they set this up, I Googled it and I was correct. Someone was in the writer's room and they were like, hey, I got an idea. That movie Fight Club's really popular. So let's just see if we can do that. That's exactly what this shit was.
So what you're saying is we don't talk about the Iron Circle match, so we're done. Let's go to the next.
Yes.
First rule of Iron Circle.
Don't talk about the Iron Circle. And I don't know if I've ever done this, but I think you have. This is a big fat 0. I'm giving this a dud. I don't know if I've ever given this a 0. I think you did once, but this sucked. This was horrible. This was just hoping people would like it because Fight Club was out. And I like both these guys. Well, I don't know how much we've really seen Blackman, but you know, I've been loving Shamrock. And this was bad. Did you not feel like you were watching either a bad porn or a low-budget action film?
It wasn't a bad porn because even bad porn is well, no, that's
true.
It wasn't fuzzy enough. I
mean, the coolest visual to me was you looked in the background and you saw Viscera standing there, which always looks intimidating. There's a Midian just chugging a beer after he got beat. Like, not European champ no more, but
what are you gonna do after you get beat? You chug a beer. I mean, come on. That's exactly what you do when you lose.
At the Iron Circle. Yeah, this is horrible.
Look, I wanted to be really excited for this because honestly, Ken Shamrock versus Steve Blackman, it makes sense. It makes sense.
Yeah.
And yeah, this was. I mean, I don't think I hated it as much as you. I didn't. I mean, it's not good.
Right.
But it was short.
It was short.
It wasn't that egregious. Like if they would have kept this going.
Yeah, thank goodness it wasn't too long. I think I might have done it earlier in the pay-per-view, and it might have changed the effect a little.
This has been too good of a pay-per-view for this to be here. Yeah, that could be an issue, yeah.
I think that's part of my view of it and why I got it done, because we've seen even the Kane Big Show match, it wasn't because it was bad, it was just because it couldn't compare. So it's when you have a nice solid pay-per-view and then you try something like this. Remember when they did the thing with Owen Hart where they fought, not in the basement, but then they fight, who did he fight in a fucking like cage thing? That was horrible too.
Owen Hart versus, was that Ken Shamrock?
What? Yeah,
it was at the last. Actually, it's kind of crazy because the last Iron Circle match wasn't that at Fully Loaded, or not Iron Circle, but the dungeon match. The dungeon match was.
The dungeon match wasn't so bad, but they fought one where they fought in like this lowered cage thing one time. Somebody.
Oh,
you remember what I'm talking about now, like the Lion's Den. It was the Lion's Den because I made a joke about. That's not what I know when I hear the Lion's Den.
Fair enough.
That was bad too. But anyway, yeah, just for me, this just didn't belong here, and it was just kind of, whatever.
I'm going with 1.
Okay.
One, I don't
That's
really
fair
give
enough.
a shit, but
Right.
it was.
Fuck
I don't
it.
think it's as bad as you made it out to be. It's not like it was the boiler room brawl of Mankind versus Undertaker.
I think that was a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know.
But
It's
anyway,
pretty
it's
bad.
okay.
It seems like Ken Shamrock keeps getting into these weird, messed up, crappy matches.
Yeah, it's for some reason they think that they have to have all these. If you want to stipulate a Shamrock match, just make it no holds barred so he can do whatever the fuck he wants, and he'll just go crazy.
Yeah, in fairness, though, Shamrock doesn't really do he doesn't use weapons that often.
To your point, other than I pointed out the Fight Club thing, but to your point, those stipulation things, I think they're trying to draw in those
UFC fighters.
Not
Because
they fight in the middle of a card in UFC, but the point is they're trying to put him in more realistic stuff to try to draw in that fan base. That makes sense.
And Blackman makes sense because, I mean, both of them are fighters, like real fighters.
Yeah.
Right? Right? Blackman, I know Ken Shamrock.
I don't think Blackman was ever in UFC, but he was a professional martial artist.
Yeah.
Yeah, he still did the MMA and all that. Yeah. So, makes sense, but hey, this one just wasn't my cup of tea, that's all. So,
Fair enough.
Yep. All right, well, let's see what's next. All right, so here's our next match, and it's Mr. S in China against Road Dogg and X-Pac for the right to be DX. Let's just get this out of the way.
It's a custody battle.
Sure, custody of DX. But I gotta get it out of the way. I like tag team wrestling, and I'm even all about matching gear when you're a tag team most times. Not in this case. I didn't need all that ass, and I don't mean China's. A little uncomfortable. Mr. S's gear made me a little uncomfortable.
Loved it.
A G-string with fishnet.
Because he's an ass man.
Burn. But
He's an ass man.
He did match with China, though. But in the great land of wrestling and confusion, we are fighting over the name of DX, even though X-Pac is with Kane. And even though his gear says DX, they're not DX colors. But
that was actually my biggest complaint is X-Pac. I was fine with Mr. Ass and China's look. My biggest complaint is, why ain't you wearing the black and green?
Right.
Why
DX,
match
it's not
it?
even really Kane colors. Like, there is some red in there, I believe. But yeah, he's wearing just a different color, even though it still says DX. And
break out your DX green colors. I mean, come on now.
This
my
is
biggest complaint.
This is a little bit farther into this match, but there was a spot where China got a Bronco Buster from X-Pac, and there was a line on commentary that said something to the effect of China just got the right of her life. Not yet. She didn't.
When does that come out?
That might have been a teaser trailer, but that's definitely not. Hold on. The other day, this is random, but the other day I was flipping through the TV and Dark Side of the Ring was on. I think it was Dark Side of the Ring, but it was about China. It was so sad to watch. It was. She went downhill really quick. Unfortunately, one night, look, it's quiet because we're both Googling porn dates. So.
Yes,
that didn't come out till 2004.
Oh, we got a while. We've been making these jokes, and it's not around the corner.
I love how no matter what you Google, they still make sure it looks professional. Everything's it says 2004. Pornographic, 1 hour.
It's only a 2.7 on IMDb.
Your cast is China and Sean Waltman. Your director is David Josephs. We have a director. It's an actual film, folks. If you have a director, it's an actual film. Oh my gosh. So yeah, we got a while before the one night in China.
I can't believe it has an IMDb score and it's 2.7.
I don't agree with that. Of course, I haven't seen it in a while, so maybe. I don't quite remember. Yeah. But anyhow, kids, if you want to check that cinematic masterpiece out, we did not recommend you do it. And,
don't Google it.
Oh my gosh, here's another random one. You had to say Google those. So I was watching an old episode of 2.5 Men the other day, and Charlie walked in, and the boy's on the bed, right? And he's like, Charlie's like, how are you doing? And he goes, not so good. I was trying to look up cars. Don't Google Hummer. Oh, good shit. Anyway, so we're battling for the right to have the name DX. This was a good match. It was fun as shit. I've heard a lot of bad talk about China, but I think everything we've seen so far, I think China does good in the ring.
I remember liking her as a kid.
I think that guys had issues losing to her is what I think.
That's possible.
Because I have not seen it to where, and we're not wrestlers, but we can kind of tell when someone's sloppy or shit looks rough. China don't look rough here. I'm not in China's a different story. But this is going to be interesting. My question to you is what's next? Because Road Dogg and X-Pac won. So are we going to get?
Well, they kind of pointed out that this is mostly for like merchandising rights. The winner gets to get the money for DX. So,
which I guess we should have saw that coming because the only ones that came out in DX here were Road Dogg and Mr. Ass just had the straight up black see-through, which China was wearing the same pants, by the way. It's just,
they were looking exactly the way China looked when she was in DX. She never wore the colors.
No, China never did. No. Mr. Ass just decided to wear his.
She was like, she had her own look, apparently.
I'm a nurse man.
I don't think I ever saw her in green or anything other than black.
We'll see what happens next, but I will throw this out there. And you can't find this picture, but contrary to popular belief, Kane never wrestled in a green costume, even though that picture's out there. There is rumor that they were thinking about that when all this shit went down because Kane and X-Pac were still together. So apparently there was an idea that Kane might be DX Kane, but that never happened. Just so everybody knows, he never wrestled in green.
Gotcha.
All right, well, this was fun.
Variations of them have.
Yeah.
Probably will. I guess I don't know if there was a green Kane yet.
Not yet, but it's cooled down a little, Like, where'd all the Canes go? We still got Blue Kane out there, and we got Gay. How does Gay King pronounce his name? I don't want to mispronounce it. Gay? It's not Gain like the laundry. I'm not sure how he pronounces his name. Cocaine. Was Cocaine green? I forget what color Cocaine is. There's one Kane of Cocaine. But anyway, let's talk about this match, though. And it was fun. It was entertaining. And now you can only get Road Dogg merchandise that says "Suck it." And more Billy Gunn DX merchandise. That was a pretty badass DX shirt Road Dogg had on, though. I don't remember that one. Like it was actual arms almost instead of So
yeah.
Fun match, entertaining. I'm going to give this a 3 because it ain't gay in a 3-way.
It is not.
I saw X-Pac staring at Mr. Ass. I mean, I'm not making accusations. I'm just saying.
It's Blue Cane, Gain, Cocaine, and there's a Candy Cane as well.
Oh, I have not seen Candy Cane yet. I knew of the others though.
I can imagine.
Cocaine.
What?
Really...
Oh, Candy Cane is a female cane.
Oh, sweet.
Cocaine is white.
Yeah. Okay, white and black. Yeah, cocaine's white.
And the big gay machine is rainbow colored.
Colors. Yep, and of course we all know Blue Cane. The first one, the original.
I didn't know there was ever a female cane.
I didn't know about the female. She's a new one. See, because it kind of
Candy Cane.
There for a while. There was a new cane every week, and then it kind of just. Oh, but yes, your turn to rank. I gave this 3-way.
Oh yes. I thought this is decent. Yeah, three's probably the right. 3 for the accurate DX.
You know what? I'm not even going to say what we're referencing when we talk about the 3-way because if you don't know what we're talking about, you don't listen to our show. If you don't know the golden rule, then apparently you don't watch this show. Okay?
It's okay when it's in a 3-way.
That's right. You can don't resist Mr. Ass. I'm an ass man. I don't want to start that again. Last week that shit was in my head for like days. All right, we got 2 matches.
I regret nothing.
Nothing. We have 2 matches.
Nothing.
Both matches. Oh, sweet. There we go. The Kane collection. It's the Kane family. Oh, wow. By the way,
once there was this big giant red machine.
I just remembered something to go back. This is random, but let's go back just for a second to the Boss Man Al Snow match. I don't know if you noticed this when they were in the back, but Boss Man took his belt off to whip Al Snow, and he had another belt on. So apparently he didn't trust his pants. I just want to throw that out. He had a belt over a belt. But there you go, the Kane family. There we go. This guy's fast, by the way. He had to have just done this while we were talking, just so you know. Just quick on the trigger finger there. So there you go. There's the Kane family. All right, 2 matches left, and they both have stipulations because our next match is a strap match.
Indeed.
First blood match. And I'm excited. I'm excited for both of these because I know who's in them. So, all right, well, there's the Kane family, Cocaine. Cocaine's so great. If you haven't watched the video of him, he pulls the baggie out every time he just rips it.
I know. I know.
I'll have to look up some footage of Candy Cane, though. I haven't seen her yet. Good shit.
Yeah.
All right, well.
She probably has Christmas music.
Probably.
Like a Christmas. It would be kind of cool. A Christmas Cane's music.
You can't come out with the snow, though, because that's Blue Cane's entrance, so she can't steal the snow. She's not allowed to.
Oh, yeah. Well, there's just candy canes dropped from this.
That's right. I'm blue, da 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 da. All that's King's. Anyway, let's go to the strap match. Let's find out who's going to SummerSlam to fight for the championship. Oh, well, look at this. Hard at work. Here we go. It's not gay in a 3-way, kids.
Nope.
Do you get it now? If you don't, you need to go listen to The Lonely Island. You know what's funny is, of course, I know you knew of Lonely Island a long time because you always watch Saturday Night Live and all that. And I don't watch it on the regular anymore.
I knew of them as far back as Lazy Sunday coming out on Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, see, so you knew them way, way back. I discovered them through my ex-wife's niece. We went on vacation in Tennessee. We were driving wherever, and she was like, I want to play you something. And she starts playing The Lonely Island, and right away I'm like, how did I miss this shit?
Which one?
Well, I know it had, I'm pretty sure it had the Golden Rule on it. I don't remember what all songs we listened to.
The Golden Rule would be the Not Gay in 3-Way. That's that one. There's also Mother Lover. If it had Justin Timberlake in it,
it did.
It would be either Mother Lover, Dick in a Box, or Golden Rule. Those were the 3 big ones.
I think she was just playing the songs because I remember hearing Golden Rule. I remember hearing Dick in a Box. So yeah.
Yeah, I saw those when they first showed up on Saturday Night Live before they became a band.
Oops, that was an off-air joke that should have got recorded anyway. There you go. There's our love for the Lonely Island. It's not gay in a 3-way. So there you go. That's a whole different podcast. I was almost going to ask you if you ever had a 3-way, but let's not go there. Let's just keep going. Save that for another day.
Well, I follow the Golden Rule, so I'm lucky to get a 2-way. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, that just got dark again.
1 way, here I go.
I think you have a rough. I have a hard time getting the 1-way. So how's that? No, cut that.
Your hand keeps saying no.
Cut that.
Oh shit!
All right, let's get on.
Let's talk about this next
before
match.
This really does get dark. We'll have to, our next match is a strap match. Triple H versus The Rock. The winner is going to SummerSlam for a championship match. I do like that this is a new version. I think this is the first time we've seen a strap match where we don't do the turnbuckle touchies anymore. That's not how we're doing this anymore.
No, it's just there's a strap to beat the crap out of each other.
Yes, and to supposedly keep you attached. But here again, and by the way, it was even brought up on commentary. I hate to be that guy, but JR was being that guy too, and I get it. We love shenanigans. But every time that Triple H wanted to pull off a shenanigan, they felt like they had to distract the ref and shit. Like it's a no DQ match. You don't have to distract the ref so someone can cheat and interfere. It's a no DQ match.
I'm just happy that Triple H did this all on his own.
This motherfucker, really? Did we watch the same match? I don't know.
Yeah. Triple H got the pedigree. He did it by himself.
He wanted to prove he could do it all alone. When he came out at first, there was nobody with him. It's just, by the way, we've mentioned this, but let's just take a minute and let everybody out there know. I'd like to hear opinions. Maybe I'll put a pull up on Facebook. My Time is the name of the entrance music Triple H usually
Yes.
And it may low-key be his best. This might low-key be his best entrance music.
I do like it. Like it.
It's pretty sweet. It's not just it's the music itself makes it pretty sick. It's this is one of his underrated entrances. I'm just saying. The game is his most popular one, obviously.
Yeah, but My Time was pretty good.
My Time's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Pretty good. All right, so let's go back to Triple H bravely winning this match on his own. I don't know if that's a real thing. But I guess I should appreciate, by the way, a couple things I noticed on commentary. One, I forget exactly what they were talking about, per se. I don't know if it was the main event of this match, but Jerry Lawler said something to the effect of, it must have upset you guys in the back. And JR was like, what are you talking about? And he's like, come on, JR, we all know you work for the office. And JR did what he could to just ignore that statement was made. Like fucking breaking the fourth wall on the commentary there. Because at this point, JR is head of talent relations now.
Oh.
So he's in charge, of hiring, firing, keeping everybody happy and all that. Interesting side note. I don't know if we've ever discussed this, but do you know what would drive JR crazy about this match?
What's that?
And I used to think it was silly until I actually thought about it. JR's bitch about this match would be that The Rock and Triple H wore the same colored tights, the same color scheme, black with silver or gray lettering, whatever you want to say. Now that sounds silly, but JR said it like this. He's like, we try to present this like in boxing when they announce who's out there. In the red corner, you got the fighter in the yellow and black trunks, and in the other corner, you have the fighter in the blue and white. Basically, he's like, if it's a casual fan and they don't actually know these people and they're wearing the same exact thing, and then how are you supposed to point out like who's the heel, who's the face? Like, he just feels like competitors should look different when they're fighting each other and not have on the same exact.
Fair enough.
Just a little random side note about a JR complaint that he used to have, but fun, entertaining match. There was the one spot where they were both down and the ref was trying to count them out. And that was one point where JR was like, that don't matter. It's an ODQ match. You can't count them out. Like, JR sounded like he was getting frustrated.
Yeah.
But one time when China was talking to the ref, because I don't know, I guess she saw something she was concerned with. And Billy Gunn came out. What happened there? Like, he said he did it on his own, but I'm pretty sure I saw Billy hit The Rock with some kind of object. Matter of fact, he put it up.
Like Jerry the King Lawler said, Triple H can't control what other people do. He was doing it on his own.
He was doing it on his own.
He didn't ask for that.
Billy was out for Billy, and he brought his little Billy club. Is that why he wasn't in One Night in China? Oh, yeah, get this guy. He's on fire. Is that why? It's too small? That's why you couldn't be in that movie?
Yeah, it might be.
It might be. So we thought The Rock had the match won, but again, China, I think she got something in her eye. I don't know. She was up in the over again.
Yeah.
Managing to distract the ref.
Well, she noticed that Triple H dropped his contact lens, so
Yeah, screwing The Rock, and of course, Triple H wins, and Triple H is heading to SummerSlam. It's going to be interesting if I remember that SummerSlam. I'm sure I do, because I watched all the SummerSlams more than once. But I would say, based on this victory here, we could probably guess who's going to win the main event. I don't know who's going to win.
I have a guess too, yeah.
But it's still going to be interesting to see how it happens, too, because now both men have stitched. So it's going to be fun to see how this plays out. And am I correct? I should look this up. I'm so bad. Is Mr. McMahon involved in this match? Do we have a special ref?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know if we have a special match, but according to Wikipedia, the stipulations are if The Undertaker loses, Vince can no longer appear on TV. And if Stone Cold loses, he can never challenge for the title again. So, wonder if this was Stone Cold's last title reign. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's still about watching the match. And we don't know for sure because there's walls and stuff in between. There's potential Undertaker wins this and Stone Cold gets the belt back. We don't know.
Yeah.
So let's do it. Let's watch the main event. Stone Cold Steve Austin and The Undertaker, First Blood.
Also, I gave this a 4.
Oh, shit. I didn't rank it, did I? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Good catch. I got so caught up in bitching about China and Billy Gunn's little club that I forgot to rank it. And by the way, they didn't fight all over the arena. Like, it was a great match. It was the spot where Triple H had Rock in the corner and he hung him like with a strap. And by the end, the strap was only on the Rock, which won one of his pins because he was pinning Triple H and Billy Gunn pulled the strap. So the strap kind of ended up being an enemy. But I will also give this 4. I'll give this 4 leather straps.
All right, now we can get ready for that.
Now we can go on to the main event. All right, so here we go. Time to talk about the main event. All right, somebody carry on? Is somebody singing to you in the background? I hear music.
Oh. That might be the...
He let me keep going, didn't you?
Oh, well, it's my PlayStation, and on my home
it's just
screen I have Final Fantasy VII, and
gotcha.
it's music from Final Fantasy VII. You're probably hearing.
Yes, that's what it was. I get you. I feel like my screensaver right now is an '80s gamer theme, so it plays like the 8-bit retro.
Yeah, mine's Tifa Lockhart sitting on the playground, I think.
Gotcha. All right, well here we go. Main event, first blood match from WWE Championship, calling it the end of an era because it's the last time Stone Cold and Undertaker will face each other. What I liked about this, of course, they set it up during the whole show, but I liked, for one, we knew that both guys had pre-existing cuts, so that made like every little thing in the match more exciting. But right off the bat, what I liked, and I get why they did it, was like Undertaker came out with no extra attire or nothing. He just fucking went out there to his music, but he didn't have on the robe or anything like that. He was ready to go, and these two went at it right away. Do we even have to say this was a great match? Does that go without question?
It goes without question. And I will say that the whole time I'm like confused because I thought Stone Cold was bleeding for the longest time. So I realized he's just wearing this like red like patch where he bled earlier.
It's from the bandage, yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, why did they choose red for the patch? Like I thought he was had already been busted up the whole time.
Same reason he had to fight a guy in a red mask in a first blood match.
Yeah, fair enough. He took notes.
Shit. And again, right, this is a nostalgia podcast, and this is, we're taking it from this moment, not from now. People, come on, Vince McMahon on commentary is gold. All right.
Oh, Vince McMahon was gold before, and
yeah. But the commentary there's just something about you hear him. That's it. That's someone. Yeah, kick his ass. It's just fucking good stuff. It just makes it all more entertaining. And what about there towards the end when Shane O'Mac came out? Undertaker's tied up in the ropes. Stone Cold's got a chair, and everybody thinks, oh, he's about to crack one. But here comes Shane, and I don't think Shane got his hands up quite in time for that chair shot.
Oh, yeah.
That looked a little rough.
Oh, and Shane got his ass beat.
And we all love Stone Cold Steve Austin. We do. But he would even admit it himself. This is kind of the height of the painkillers and such, so I'm sure that chair shot didn't feel good. Stone Cold had a couple of Vicodins and a few beers in him before he goes out there. So it looked painful. And I loved the end because even though it wasn't necessary using the camera, I always loved the camera. But like I said earlier in the match, every little, anytime somebody went into the stairs or like a corner post or even the Undertaker using his punches, you're just waiting for that blood to start. And what's that tell you about both these guys? Because they legit had they were already busted up before they went out there. So to be able to do all that shit and not, what would have happened if Undertaker accidentally, or one of them accidentally threw something wrong and the wrong guy bled? Then what do you do?
I know. I was thinking that the whole time. The other thing I was thinking when he used the camera, and I'm just like, man, those cameras have to be expensive. I hope that's like a prop camera.
They are expensive. I think that's why they don't do it very often. Because if you remember, was it Sid the one time that used the camera on Shawn? I think it was Sid, and he shattered that motherfucker. I don't remember if he used it on Shawn or who he used it. Yeah, they are. Same thing with the monitors. We're always like, why do they take them off? But the real reason they take that shit off the table is because they don't want to fuck it up because it's so expensive.
Right.
Because you always pointed out, why would you click the table off? It would hurt more if you left it on there.
Yeah. Well, it's because they don't want actually.
And I don't even think anybody would use the camera anymore because I can't admit they were probably way more expensive than they were back then.
Well, I mean, I can imagine if they're using maybe that camera guy was a prop, and it could have been a prop. I hope it's a prop because that's got to be expensive.
What's even better for you too is that Undertaker got hit with that and started bleeding, but it's not like it knocked him out. He's just still standing there like, what, bitch? And then looks at the ref all shocked, like, why are you ringing the bell?
It's like, what are you talking about? I don't feel shit. I feel nothing. I mean, what are you talking about?
Who I am? I'm the Undertaker. Fuck that camera shot. Sorry, buddy. You're bleeding. Sorry. So then, of course, we get celebrating. We get Triple H and Billy Gunn and everybody. Here we go again, coming on out to get him some. And, of course, at the end of the match. By the way, they said, if you notice, what I read said Vince couldn't be on TV anymore. They're playing it off like Vince has to leave the company now completely. Like Vince is gone.
Yeah.
But they're trying to play it off. But Stone Cold goes in to shake Vince's hands. How many times are you going to fall for this, Vince?
I know. He's always like, maybe. Oh, shit.
Time. But of course, we all know what I dreaded about this because Vince McMahon doesn't know how to sell stunners.
No, he sucks.
Jesus Christ.
His character is so good, but he cannot sell a stunner to save his life.
We're having a little private conversation off air about some content about doing like rank lists, and if we listed the people who couldn't take stunners,
he'd be 100.
We're stunner takers. Number one, Vince McMahon. Like Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So we know Stone Cold wins, and that sets us up for Triple H and Stone Cold at SummerSlam. But I'm interested to see how much more we'll see The Undertaker. I don't believe this is the last time they're gonna. I mean, they kept fighting after it was over. They were a bloody mess, both of them. So I don't believe this is the last time we'll see these two go at it. I could be.
Yeah.
But a good way to end this pay-per-view, and who would have thought Fully Loaded would be such a solid pay-per-view?
Oh yeah, I know. This was actually. I think we had the same thing with the first Fully Loaded. I maybe not with you because I had already watched it, but I remember when I watched it with Craig for the Pro Wrestling Apologist podcast. I think we were both going in like, this is probably not going to be all that good, and then we watch it and it's like, holy crap, this is surprisingly decent.
Like, Fully Loaded could mean two different things. But I think in this case, it's just talking.
Speaking of Fully Loaded, I believe Stone Cold called that hit with the camera the money shot.
He did. And how dare you do that? And if you heard what I mentioned earlier on the dark match about Venus wrestled, so.
Speaking of money shots.
Speaking of money shots, hey China, you know anything about that? Anything about money shots?
Not yet.
I'm trying to remember. Was there a money shot? Oh, well, that's a whole nother. Might have to do some research before next week. Haven't seen that in a while. Hey, kids, we have a special rewatch.
Yeah.
Boomer and Blake show.
You wanted to review some movies. We can review One Night in China. Oh, shit.
Be the fastest episode to ever be taken off. The only episode to ever be taken down. You'd be like, I don't know what happened.
Is there any podcast that reviews porn? Like, is that
I'm sure there is, because everybody's got a podcast, right?
I mean, is there porn review podcast?
Wow.
Oh, shit.
I come on the next episode of the Rumor Blade show. Imagine what those
gosh.
Would be like. I wouldn't even be able to advertise. I wouldn't be able to promo for it. Like, no, cut that.
This podcast is X-rated.
Oh, jeez. Why? Well, I'll tell you why. Oh, my God. We are horrible sometimes, but yet also good. What a way to end a great pay-per-view. This match was fun. And good wrestling in it as well. Like I said, just even the drama of the punches and everything. And I'm going to give this 4.5 stunners.
I'm going to go with 5 money shots. I thought this was a great match. This was a lot of fun. There were shenanigans. There was Vince McMahon being Vince McMahon on the commentary.
And I guess I really love it too because even though it's hard to look at Stone Cold as the underdog, it's like they're always trying to fuck him. But Stone Cold always finds a way. You know what I mean? Like they always stay up against him. It's good shit.
Well, I mean, first thing I thought of when I heard it was a First Blood. Yes, other people could come in and try to get him to bleed, but there's no cheating. There's no quick counts. Like, there's nothing they can do other than attack him more.
You know what? That's true. I never thought about that factor of it too. It's First Blood.
This was like the first time Steve Austin's been in a match recently with this corporation where he doesn't have to worry about people cheating. There is no cheating. It's First Blood.
So it was actually kind of more fair to him. That's a good point. When he got busted open early, he still had a better advantage than he's had in the past when he's facing these kind of situations. So.
Right? Exactly.
Good point. Touche. I like it. All right. We have made it through Fully Loaded. So I guess we got to pick some matches.
Yes, we do.
Favorite match of the night.
I know it's the easy way, but how can you not pick the main event? I mean, there was a lot of good matches on this pay-per-view. And I would almost pick the tag match because it was so fucking hard-hitting. But when you combined everything, match, story...
Yeah, but that's the thing. Which tag match?
Oh, the title match. I apologize.
Hardys and Acolytes or DX?
For me, I almost picked Hardys and Acolytes because of the physicality and everything. But when I go for overall picture, I got to do it. Yeah, I got to go with the main event.
Yeah, I was debating on the Triple H versus The Rock match.
Which also could have been a choice, yeah.
But you know what? To be different, I am going to go with Triple H and The Rock. It was a really good match. Even though I ranked it a little less, I mean, this also, got story. And I think Rock Triple H was probably a better match. Where this had more shenanigans and fun.
Because there's something about, like, Triple H and Rock, when they fight each other, they got really good chemistry in matches. Like, I could watch those guys fight all the time. So overall wrestling, yeah, that was good match, no doubt.
All right, so the next one is going to be tough.
We'll see.
Worst match of the night.
Out of the two, that's my favorite one out of the two. They're both great.
I love this.
It's because of the horror theme. While you were playing that, though, it just clicked in my head, and I'm going to switch my pick and then probably piss you off. My worst match of the night is actually not going to be what I was going to say. I'm going to make my worst match of the night Big Show versus Kane. Now, I was going to say D'Lo versus Mideon, but I went with that old theory of I expected that from a Mideon match. Of course, Mideon wasn't going to do that great. D'Lo saved him, but I expected more out of Kane and the Big Show, and it was kind of slow and boring.
See, I'm surprised because I'm going with Steve Blackman versus Ken Shamrock.
Oh, God, I forgot about the Circle of fucking Night. That is my worst match. That is.
Yeah, I was like, what are you doing?
I hated that match so much, I fucking forgot about it.
You blocked it from your mind.
Cut that. Worst match of the night, Shamrock Blackman. I literally forgot. I'm not joking. I'm not trying to bullshit my way out of this. I didn't like that so much, I forgot it fucking happened.
Wow.
Horrible. Wow. I really did. I forgot about it. That's crazy. So that is my worst match. I gave it a 0. It has to be my worst match. I can't believe I forgot about that shit. I don't know if I've ever forgotten about a bad match that I hated.
Oh, well, at first I thought you were.
That should have been like right here, locked and loaded, ready to.
I thought you were using almost like squash rules. Like, I don't really want to choose a squash match, which this really wasn't a squash, but it was very short.
It was. So, yes, you're right. That is absolutely the worst match of the night. So bad, it's forgettable.
Yeah.
Wow.
I can't forget it. I had a different reaction.
I think eventually we're going to get to see those two in an actual match, and that might be good. If we just just let them fight a match and let's see what happens.
Fair enough.
All right. My bad. I had a brain fart. Well, let's plug some pluggables.
Yeah. Well, first off, I want to say on our next podcast, we will be watching SummerSlam 1999.
Oh, nice cover.
Yeah, I'm gonna have fun. I'm gonna have fun with this cover.
Yeah. Now, see, kids, you're getting a little preview of them, so just imagine what we might do with that cover art. Okay. My co-host always makes it, but it's a collaborative effort. Sometimes we just come up with shit. That could be a fun one. Also, I don't know if you saw when Fully Loaded ended, and I know we have a whole year, but the last Fully Loaded has a pretty sick graphic we'll get to play with too. It's pretty cool. It's just Stone Cold.
Yeah, I think I saw it actually when I was.
But yes, this is next week, SummerSlam 1999, which means in 2 weeks we'll be back on the WCW train because we always do that after one of the big four. Also next week, and I don't have it wrote down, but we'll just tease it because I don't remember which one it is. But next week we're also going to do a video game review. How about that?
Hell yeah!
Video game review. And maybe we'll see another face of Foley. Who knows? The mock will pop back up.
Maybe.
So there you go. Now I think we can plug some pluggables.
Yeah, you can find me on Dragon Blazer Productions on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. You can also find me at Dragon Blazer Pro on the X.
That's right, and you can follow the Boomer Blaze Show on the Facebook, the Instas, the TikToks. Is that it? Oh, and the Instas. That's all Boomer and Blaze Show, and of course X is a little different. That's at Boomer_Blaze. So there you go. I hope everyone has a wonderful week. And until next week, this has been the Boomer Blaze Show. I am Boomer.
And I'm Blaze.
And good night from Dragon Blazer Studios.
Have a bad day!